Marcus Crowick is a business coach, profit-first professional, and entrepreneur with over 40 years of experience helping business owners take control of their finances and build profitable, stress-free businesses. In this podcast, you'll get real-world strategies and practical insights to grow, increase profits, and create financial stability. Whether you're a tradie, a startup, or an established entrepreneur, Marcus's straightforward approach will help you build a thriving business. This is Business Unlocked.
I'm here today with another one of my great friends. I met him quite a few years ago now. His name's Mitch Beattie. Mitch has a long history in marketing. He's got a degree in marketing from the University of Newcastle. He's run his own marketing business for over 10 years. And he also, 4 years ago, founded Funky Monkey Cookies with his sister Renee, based in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales, and they make the most delicious cookies that you can ever taste. I give them to clients, they love them. Anyone who tastes them absolutely loves them. So it's great to have Mitch here to share his ideas about marketing, about founding a new business, all sorts of things. We'll find out what we can find out. Welcome, Mitch.
Thank you, Marcus.
So wonderful to have you along here, and I'm sure we'll have a few laughs as we go along today. It's not going to be a totally serious episode necessarily.
Sure.
That's Mitch's fault, not mine, of course.
Definitely.
So, marketing, Funky Monkey, you've had to market for yourself, obviously.
Yep.
You've helped people do their marketing.
Yes.
If there was one message to give to people about their marketing and what they should be doing, what's that most important message for them to hear?
I've always said to clients, being consistent, sticking with something is key. We have so many options out there nowadays, social media, SEO, Google ads. Now AI is playing a role. We've got podcasts, YouTube, even your traditional ads are still running around on radio or TV. It can become very overwhelming, especially when you're starting a new business. There's always a guru for every one of those options out there telling you it's the right one to do.
Bloody gurus.
That's right. So I've always said, just try one. Just have a go at one of them. Stick with it for a little while.
When you say one of them, one guru, or one type of marketing?
One type of marketing. So whether it's Facebook ads is always a good one to start with. It's relatively affordable for a new business starting out and existing businesses. It does work for most business types out there. So just having a go at it for a consistent amount of time. I'm not talking just a week and, spending $10 and hoping to get results. You do have to be realistic. So if you're sticking with it for a month to 3 months, putting a little bit of budget into that, a few $100s, and seeing how you go before you make the decision of, well, no, it's not working for me, and then trying something else.
So this is running a Facebook ad you're talking about?
Yes. Facebook ads, you've got then also your organic side of social media.
Yes.
Particularly with Facebook, I'm sure you're aware, has become very hard to sort of get your organic stuff seen nowadays. Facebook really do want you to spend your money.
They want you to pay for it.
That's right. So those two do kind of come hand in hand. Facebook ads, where you're targeting your target audience, creating an ad and paying Facebook to push those out to them, is what I'm really talking about.
Yeah. And in doing that, you said you can't just spend $10. Would you suggest a minimum spend for people to test the waters?
Really, it's going to come down to what your business is and what you're offering, to whether, $100 is going to see any sort of result for you.
Yeah, you're saying, again, a week, or is it, say, so $10 a day on it?
Yeah, if you're trying $10 a day and seeing how that goes for a week is probably a good place to start if you're just starting out in business, and seeing if you're getting one lead, or if you're not getting any sort of lead, seeing what the feedback is on your ads.
Now, I think you told me before that it takes Facebook a week or so to learn the algorithm or whatever it is that it does. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So Facebook will take your ads and put them out there to a little portion of your target audience and see what the result is before they then start pushing that out harder to more people. So if you get a good reaction, lots of engagement, well, then that's what brings down the cost of your ads.
Yeah, so in that first week, it really is a test. You're doing scientific advertising, which is what I like about what we have nowadays. It's like old-fashioned classifieds. You're putting that out there and just seeing, have I got a reaction to that?
Right.
Some sort of engagement to it. Yeah. Then you need to let it run on. Is that right? A little bit to check?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
When is the time, do you think? And I understand what you're saying is businesses are different. But to give people a general idea, put it out there for a week, let it run, see if you get engagement, let it run for a month minimum.
A month, yeah. You really want to have it going for a month to sort of see how it performs.
Yeah.
And if you've got nothing out of it from that, well, then you can say, well, the ad was not right, the messaging in the ad wasn't right, the offer wasn't right, maybe our targeting was off. That's when you can start looking and tweaking.
And is that a matter of saying, I'll change this thing and see how that goes, rather than going, I'm going to scrap it and start again with 7 different things?
Yeah, if you go and just scrap everything, well, then you're sort of not really knowing what the change was that's improved it. But if you've changed your offer this time in an ad, well, then you're going to know, well, it is the offer. Or if you've tweaked your target audience, well, you know that's what it is.
Yes.
Or if it was the image in the ad.
So be careful so that you're not having multi-variables in there to confuse what's actually working and not. Test that one thing to see if... and that could be, when you say audience, it might be the age range of the audience.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Or broadening your geographical area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flies. We're outside.
Great. Excellent.
So we've got flies today. Finally found a spot that was quiet, and we've got flies today. The Great Australian Salute. So look for something to change and understand that there's lots and lots of different ideas to change about going in there.
Yeah.
Then also on that, is it stick with Facebook rather than go, Facebook didn't work, so I'm going to hop onto Instagram.
Well, that's sort of what I'm getting at. Give it a fair try before you make the decision to jump off. So if at the end of the month you really haven't seen anything and you have been tweaking your ads to see if it improves, well, then maybe the decision then is, well, yeah, Facebook's maybe not working for you. Try something else.
I like the idea that there's a lot of people in my industry that talk about stick with the one thing for 12 months and keep tweaking it until you get there. I remember Mr. Beast talking about, well, I'll just move this part of the thumbnail from there to there.
That's right. Yes.
That's that little bits and pieces along the way. And Facebook's good because you get fairly instant feedback on how it's going. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
How good do you have to get at looking at that back end to make it work? Using your Meta Business Suite, for example, to go in there and look at the dashboard.
It's pretty straightforward. You can see your number of clicks and costs per click. They're sort of what you want to be looking at to see, well, if I'm paying $10 for a click and I'm only selling a product that's 15,
you're going to go broke very, very quickly.
That's right.
Yeah, and then looking at the style of ads. So, okay, so we're doing that. We're saying, for instance, we're going to go on Facebook and we're going to determine our target market, basically. Going to put an ad together. We're going to run it, see how it's going. Is that where they start with the just, have I got some engagement? Like, what I'm saying is you're not really worried necessarily about selling anything in that first week or 2 weeks.
That's right.
Is somebody...
That's right. Is anyone looking at your ad? Is anyone clicking on the ad going to your website? Yeah, that's where you're starting with.
So we're going to run down Facebook again, for example. There's plenty of other platforms that you can do that on. Running social media with Funky Monkey Cookies. You do great social media. I love seeing that. It's engaging. My mouth always goes, I want one of those cookies now. How important do you think doing that other social media to get the organic reach is?
Yeah, definitely. It depends, once again, on your business and whether your product or service, makes that easy. Yeah. All of your marketing sort of plays in together. So your organic works with your paid, and then your SEO works with your Google to get you found.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
So it really comes down to how much time, money you have, whether you can be doing all of those different things,
Yes.
or whether just focusing on that one
Yes.
part.
So you've got to be careful about, if people aren't doing it, understanding how much time it takes to produce that 1 minute.
That's right. People would be shocked to find out taking that one photo of that cookie to upload,
And if you write a story about it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Getting your lighting right, getting the props right. It can take hours to get all of that just for that one shot that gets uploaded and people scroll past.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks. Yeah, it can be heartbreaking.
I got 7 views.
That's right.
Yeah. Yay. So be careful of that time you're investing into it.
And considering is that better spent on a different form of marketing at this stage?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that could be, well, that takes me to, let's talk about that. Hopefully, people have taken away a core message from that. One of your best forms of marketing, I feel, is the customer experience once I've bought. Now, I've used Mad Cat Marketing and I've used Funky Monkey Cookings, and in both, well, even in Mad Cat Marketing, because it mightn't be as obvious to people. And I was thinking about this morning, and I'll tell you why once you've answered. What was some of the things that you did there when a customer came on board, for instance?
We've had gift boxes made up, and we've gone to having this socks with our logo has a little cat on it. So we've had,
and that's what I was thinking of this morning in my sock drawer. It's like, I should find my Mad Cat socks to wear along, because that's really different. So to me, it tells me this guy isn't just somebody who's going through, one page to the next in the marketing book. He's actually thinking of something different that will have impact.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to come up with different ideas, not just your pen or your notepad that everyone else is doing out there, but something that's going to be like a subtle part of their life, I guess. When you're putting on your socks, you're like, oh, I remember getting these, or you have a pleasant memory from that.
And I think there's that wow factor when you get it. To me, it was years ago I worked with rose growers, and the part of the idea of roses is the wow factor when people get them. So opening the gift box. So I don't really remember what else was in that gift box at the time, but I certainly remember that the socks were in there because they were different.
Yep.
So that's a long-term impact to make me talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. Can you remember any of the other things that you put in the gift box?
Yes, I had little lollies made.
Oh, yeah?
With, again, our little cat was...
You'd think I would remember the lot of
those. We've had wine with our marketing logo labelled on it.
Yeah, cool. And now, Funky Monkey...
Yes.
So your package, I would say, my own experience getting them for myself, simply the packaging, if I'm ordering them online or I'm sending them to a client.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, coming into starting Funky Monkey, I always wanted it to be an experience when you're receiving this gift.
Yeah.
So we have the nice black boxes you are opening them up to see them. Each of our cookies is then laid out, sitting in the crinkled paper, so that it becomes an experience. It's not just a box of
So the experience of receiving is before I even get to the experience of tasting.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Little note in there.
Yes, there's always our printed thank you card, and then we also do handwrite every single order, a little thank you message.
That's a big thing, because I do deal with some other companies like Simply for Coffee, and I think they probably started out as handwritten, but they're printed now in a font. Still great, but I like the handwritten. So people get that. And I've had that when I've sent it to somebody who actually recorded a video, which I've sent to you. She was so blown away by receiving that from me.
Yeah.
And from my point of view, just to let people know when it comes to customer experience, that wasn't because they were a new client. As I just decided that I wanted to send that person that box of cookies.
Yes.
And she absolutely loved it. And we were talking before we started recording about team members receiving those as well. One of my clients, I suggested they contacted you, and can you tell us about what you did there for his staff?
Once again, I believe this was during lockdown. We were all going through that.
And they were totally locked down. Where they were in Sydney, they were some members were totally locked down, couldn't go to work.
Yeah. So during that period, cookies were a great way of people connecting with one another. And you had that whole experience again of the box opening. We had printed their special message from their employer to their staff. That was all in there. So again, we then distributed to all their employees, so they had that little special something from their employer during such a tough time.
And totally unexpected for the employee as well. It's just out of the blue. This thing arrives from the employer saying, thanks, hang in there, whatever it was saying.
Yeah.
So an awesome experience. You also sell to stockists, like cafes and petrol stations, places like that, so people can pick them up along the way.
Right.
Yes. So they're still getting a really nice cookie. So even your presentation there of the customer experience, can you tell us about simply what it looks like?
So yes, each cookie's individually packaged in their own bag. My sister is the baker, and she does not let anything go out the door that does not meet her very strict criteria.
Because it's a passion for her, isn't it? It's not what's a great business for me to go in, let me make cookies. No. She loves baking.
That's right.
And baking cookies.
Yes.
Yeah. So everything's got to be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also I like to sweat the little details, because to me, I always think if they can't be bothered with that little, not important thing in their business, well, then how are they caring about the big stuff?
Sure.
Important stuff.
Yeah. So they can be pretending that they're caring about the big stuff, but if you're not looking after that, I don't know that you're really looking after the big stuff.
If that label's crooked on the cookie bag,
oh, right.
Well, then are they really putting the best ingredients?
So that's I talk about in sales. You can get the ticks, but that one cross that can be completely subconscious. You don't even know why you don't like it. It wipes out 7 ticks. Is that the sort of thing you're talking about? So you get that stuff right as well. I had that on a preparation of a will, I think? And the solicitor sent their template with somebody else's name on it. Like that's not good.
That's right. And that straight away puts you in that.
Particularly when it's somebody like, your mother. The other thing in my mind is about receiving the box. So we talk about you've got to generate sales in your business to be making it work. You need people to come back and buy from you again. If all you're doing is generating a new sale all the time, that's hard work. Yeah. Particularly, again, selling cookies, it's not like you're making $1,000 per sale. You need to get people coming back in your gift box. What do you do to help make that happen?
So we ask all of our customers for a review. So we have an email sequence set up that after every purchase, they get an email thanking them once again, asking if they leave us a review on Facebook or Google.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple of follow-up ones with that. So for us, we've focused heavily on getting Google reviews. So
yes,
we're over.
So people there's that what we call social proof nowadays from having the Google review. The other thing, QR code for people to come back and buy again.
That's right. Yeah, that's on our card. So it's nice and easy for them to jump back in.
So we've got 2 things there. Build your credibility out there, whoever you are in business. What are you doing to get that review or whatever it happens to be for credibility? And then the other part is, what are you doing to help them decide to come back?
And then we do other little special treats for if it's customers ordered quite a few times. We'll often slip in a couple of extra cookies or things like that. Or I just like to make it a little bit more special so that we stay there.
And one of the things, people don't get bored with the cookies, because how many flavors do you produce?
I think we've got over 30 different flavors at the moment. We're always coming up with new ones.
And you do some short run ones as well?
Special times of year. So Christmas, we have Christmas flavors. Halloween, we do ones for those. Father's Day, Mother's Day, all those.
And besides those, if I've got a business and I want 100 of them because I'm running a day for client stuff, whatever it happens to be, some customization in some form that I can get?
Yes, definitely. So all packaging can be customized, so we can put your label or your messaging on all of our cookies and boxes. We can do the custom printed messages to go in your boxes as well.
And my point with that is, I keep saying, and I'll reinforce this, I wasn't the first person that said it again. Tony Mowbray, who's an Australian round-the-world sailor, is where I first heard it in the way he put it across. The examples might change, but the principles remain the same. So it's listen to what you're saying about that and then saying, how do we adapt that into your business.
That's right.
Yeah. And I always say to people, I give examples from my own work with clients. Sometimes people get stuck down on, if I'm a plumber, what's the other plumber doing? What's the plumbing guru telling me?
Yep.
But it's often the advice from another area or the insight, the idea from another area that makes you stand out. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I always refer back to Steve Jobs. What made Steve Jobs great with Apple? We talk about the fact that he went to college, but he dropped out and went to the other classes, which is where we got the True Type fonts. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Because he went to calligraphy class.
Right. Yes.
Saw stuff. He went, we should be able to do that in a computer. And then went to Xerox and saw the graphic user interface and put that in place, how many years before Windows did.
Yeah.
And Bill Gates was at exactly the same meeting. So it's that, here's an idea, take that and put it in place in your business. Well, again, what's the principle that you can transfer?
Right. Yeah. Just because everyone else does it in your industry doesn't mean you can't change it. Can't do something different.
Yeah. Look for that thing. Again, that's when it comes back to the target market, making yourself stand out. I mean, Big Kev's a great example of that in Australia. May he rest in peace, on TV with the loud shirts, being a loud man. Joyce Main, we had history of, for those of you my age would remember the ads for Joyce Main years ago. They broke through because they stood out.
Yep.
So some great messages from there. Funky Monkey Cookies, we will put a link up, but it's that simple. Funky Monkey Cookies, based in the Hunter Valley. Don't find them anywhere else. And Mad Cat Marketing is your marketing business that's out there if somebody wants to get in contact with you.
Yes, sure.
Great lessons today, Mitch. Thanks very much for coming along and joining me here today. And we'll catch up with you again on another episode, because I know that you've got so much to share with people. Thanks, Mitch.
Thank you.